Do you know what's weird about balls is...
We're back. We're back. Hello and welcome back. What are you looking at that for?
Why have you got sunglasses on?
It's my new look.
Please
I've decided I'm going to do this podcast like Bono.
No.
You're not feeling it?
No, you look like Dicko.
Okay, let's start again. Hello, welcome to Series 6, Episode 1 of Will and Ralf. That's the wrong title. 2 Pints with Will and Ralf.
That's our other show. 2 Pints with Will and Ralf Season 6. And if anyone's watching...
We have a new studio.
We've got a new studio. It's all set up. We look like, finally, after 5 seasons...
Five, let's be fair, successful seasons with a pretty damn good listenership. We actually look like
we look like a podcast, finally.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel like I've been under pressure now.
Yeah,
it's like we've got to be good.
Let's be clear to everyone listening and watching. We only walked in here like 5 minutes ago and saw it for the first time, and I am buzzing, but like it feels like, oh shit, we better be good.
We better stop chatting shit. Come up with some good content.
But what I don't get is like chatting shit's our thing, but like, are we supposed to be like more sensible shit now?
Well, there's a bit of pressure, and in even bigger news. We've got a sponsor! Yes,
Hooray!
we do!
It's not a beer sponsor.
No, not what you think.
But do you know what? I think we can sack that off now. I think we've elevated ourselves.
This is a big sponsor.
I think this is a big sponsor.
And it's something that I've actually looked up this company before.
Really?
Yeah, because of the age I'm at. And it's like, yeah, man.
Well, we're very, 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 very happy and proud to be associated with and sponsored by Newman.com.
Yep.
Which is a digital platform that helps you get a grip on your health. It's not specifically men's health, but they do cover a lot of that too. And, you know, they can do all sorts of stuff from, you know, they talk about...
ED?
Hair, I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. It's weight and hair loss and whatever.
Testosterone levels.
And testosterone levels. And particularly relevant to you, and I assume this is why you were looking them up, erectile dysfunction. I feel like I owe you special thanks.
What do you mean?
Well, because I don't think that they would have sponsored us if it was just me.
You dickhead.
I feel like they would have been like, do you know what? You're better off talking to like a sports brand.
Do you know what's funny? I've Googled Newman a few times.
What, before they came on board?
No, because I wanted to see if they could do a bollockoptomy. I didn't know whether they did that. Just to try and take a bit of skin out the balls.
I've been meaning to talk to you about this. Remember you and I went to that, in an episode of our show, we went to like get like youth treatments and we didn't do it, but we talked like Botox and microneedling and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Truthfully, do you know what's available? I've now heard.
What?
A scrotox.
What? Is it getting rid of the wrinkles in your balls?
For your dangly sack. Now that you're nearly 50.
Do you know what? Do they get rid of the wrinkles out your balls?
I don't know. How much do you think? All I heard was the word scrotox. I didn't research it. You don't think I want those Google images popping up in my head?
But I was thinking I don't think I'd want smooth balls. It'd be like having a hacky sack down there. It'd look a bit weird.
It'd be like, are you 5?
Have you got a water balloon in it?
How do you think it works? Do you think they're sort of injecting them like 2 days later? It's like that.
Yeah, maybe. Do you know? And do you know what's weird about balls is
we're back. It's less than 5 minutes. We're back.
Well, they alter with the weather. Like if like heat, temperature. So sometimes they're like they tuck in and they're tight, which is my favourite shape of ball.
That's your favourite, is it?
Yeah, but when you're hot and been driving a while, and you're a bit warm down there.
Well, there is a medical.
They buy your fucking knees by the time you get to 49. I've sat on my balls for hours on a journey.
They've gone numb.
They don't even know they're there anymore.
There is a medical scientific reason for that, you know. Obviously.
Is there? Do you know it?
Yeah.
What?
Well, there's an optimum temperature for sperm.
Oh.
An optimum survival / motility. There's an optimum temperature for it to be healthy. And so your body is designed so that if it's cold, your balls shrink up towards your body, like, you know, and try and get as much heat as possible. And if you're too hot, then they dangle down.
Aren't they amazing balls?
Well, yeah, and bodies in general, but yes, definitely balls. Since that's
okay, but back onto Newman.
Onto Newman.
We're grateful
They'll
for
be
this.
delighted with that. Like, straight onto balls.
But it's true. Men need to talk about their health and that, and especially, I mean, where do you go in the pub to talk about your dick? You just can't. You can't say, "Listen, hey lads, can I have a little chat with you?
Can we have a chat?
Can we have a little chat while you're playing darts or a game of pool?" when you miss hit the ball and you go, "That reminds me of something." But
why is my cue all wobbly?
do you ever feel like you're playing snooker with a bit of rope? You know, that's never going to come up in a conversation in the pub. And if you do try it, most blokes say, "Well, you fuck off, put your knob away." You know what I mean? They just wouldn't talk. So it's good for us because if you are struggling, there is people out there that can help, and Newman are the people.
So we're going to be talking more specifically about a little later on, more specifically about what services that they offer.
We've got a doctor coming in, haven't we?
We have got a doctor coming
We've
in.
got a guest.
Have you? Maybe we'll talk about this with the doctor. Have you ever had ED? Have you ever had erectile dysfunction? Be honest. I'll be honest if you're honest.
What does that mean?
It means it's. Either can't. It means you're just trying to thumb it in without letting her realise.
Like trying to put toothpaste back in
the tube. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Have you ever just gone, I'll soldier on and I'll thumb it in?
I've whacked it in the door a few times going, what happened to you?
My 15-year-old self would have killed to be in this position.
I've helicoptered that much that I've levitated. Just come out of the bathroom thinking, you can't go in there like this.
She's in the other room going, is there a breeze? It's like, no, there's a giant fan in here.
Another thing as well is it's the thought of what am I going to do? And you know the problem for a man is the pressure. It's the pressure of and you're thinking, what's going on?
Yeah.
That is. There's things that can lead up to that. You know what I mean? If you have too much to drink or all that like that.
Sure.
The head's willing, but the body's gone to sleep.
Here we are, surprising, 5 minutes into our... So this, I'm going to say something. I can't wait for this to be a headline in the Daily Express, but I'll tell you, since we're very honest on this podcast, we talk about stuff. When I was about 28, I went through about literally 3 or 4 tops, like, instances where I was like, this isn't... I mean, not like wouldn't work at all, but I was like, this is weird. This isn't quite how it should be.
Oh. What with the cockaliki?
Yeah, but what you're talking about, do you know what it exactly was? It was that moment, I think it was, I got in my own head. So the moment that you go, oh, I hope everything's all right, and you start thinking about it, then you get in this like spiral of like pressure, and that's the least, useful.
It happened to me when I was young, but I was probably 18. That happened. There was a girl. I met her at a party. It's the first time I met her or whatever. And then flirty all night. And I was like, and then we ended up going back to someone's. It was a hotel room, I think it was. And it wasn't happening. Yeah. And the thing was, bless her, she was like, "Is it me?" It was like,
I know. And then that's pressure.
But
as well.
I went fucking mad at my dick.
Yeah.
I went into the bathroom and went, "What are you doing? What's wrong with you?" And he just looked at me going, "I just haven't got it tonight, Dad."
I have to say, because this is new, I've had a few little plans for this series. And you actually have told me that story before. And in anticipation of telling me that story.
What?
I've got a surprise for you.
What?
She's actually here tonight. Let's welcome Jennifer.
Pissing hell.
Imagine, she's listening to this going, I remember that. I remember 18-year-old Will Mellor.
No, mate. And I think it is a mental thing. And it's, like I say, we'll talk about it later.
Well, it's both, isn't it? And we'll get to this. We'll talk about all this later. This is the whole point. It can be both physiological and mental, and one can often inform. But
also, now there's a company that can help with it, and that's what we're here to do. So we'll talk about that later.
I've just been told, by the way, we just had to stop where we were. I've just been told to move my microphone and speak
I've had people reach out to me.
I've brought this up because I know you'll be delighted.
Because in the last series, or I mentioned it before, you talk and you move around a lot.
I'm expressive. What do you want from me?
I know, but when you're doing a podcast, the mic's quite important because people have to listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, I know.
And I got a message off somebody, I don't know if it was a truck driver or somewhere, and he said, "You were right about Ralf. You sound fine on the mic, but I can never hear what he's saying. I work in a noisy environment."
You're a truck driver. Turn the volume up.
Well, it might not be a truck driver. I'm just saying it was someone who works in the environment.
You're anywhere. Turn the volume up.
Well, mate, you need to be better.
Right. I will accept
this season.
I will accept having argued this out with you many times over previous seasons. Now that you've got a message about it, I will try and do better. But I'm a very expressive man. Yeah. My head goes all over the gaff. Yeah. When I watch myself acting on screen, I'm like, Jesus, my eyebrows can get off my face and walk around the room without me even knowing anything about. I'm like, why are they doing that?
Well,
so we were talking about this. We've got your gold sequin jacket.
Oh,
from
the tour.
From the tour.
We won't tell you everything about the tour. We are going to talk about the tour, but there's some bits in it that are clues that might happen on the tour.
Yeah. From the tour, we've got our trainers that we wear on the tour. Our Will and Ralf
from the Geeky Blinders when they
Should we
made
show
them.
Let's show our trainers.
Was that about season 2, 1 or 2? Yeah. This was in lockdown. We had these trainers made, and they were.
They designed trainers,
Geeky Blinders
they're called. But look at them; they designed these especially for our tour.
Yeah, we had different ones each.
Yep.
We've got all different stuff. You can see the sign. We got some pictures from the tour behind Ralph there and behind me, and we are back on tour. I was obviously the November Nonsense tour. We'll talk about it later, but get out there and get your tickets. It's selling out fast.
Yep.
Listen, I want to talk to you about what's been going on this summer.
Well, do we have to pretend that we haven't seen each other all summer, or do we acknowledge that we've filmed a TV show together? So I've not been able to get away from you.
Yes.
But it's funny you should say that, because I did think, we've seen each other, so what are we going to talk about? And then I was like, loads. There's loads that we could talk about. We went to see Oasis. Not together, but at the same time.
And we were in the same stadium.
We were in the same stadium. But you got yourself like swanky VIP tickets in the Royal Box and just pied me off.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I waved at you.
Oh, yeah. From
just to let you know where I was.
Your prawn sandwich brigade, you were up in the terrace, up in the Royal Box. No, I have to say, though, like, just to get a ticket anyway, and just to be in the stadium. And weirdly, I was actually quite delighted to be where I was, because it was just like, I'm sure the atmosphere was great where you were as well, but it was electric down on the terrace, and I was really quite close to the stage. And when the goodwill in the stadium, a lot of people have said, so first of all, I think we should say, and we've said this to each other already, for me, that is the best gig I've ever been to.
Well, for me, it was for nostalgia reasons.
Yeah, but I have a problem with that, but go on.
No, because it just took me back to, well, the 90s and the freedom of the 90s and what it meant. And
yeah, we're going to talk about your clothes in a second. But
what's wrong with clothes?
We'll get to it.
Well, because I'm rocking the old retro gear.
Retro gear? You're 49.
What's wrong with that?
It's not age appropriate.
What are you talking about? What should I wear? Elasticated waist jeans?
Yes, yes, you should. For your dangly
Oasis
balls.
has just made me go back to how it was in the 90s. So I thought, while I'm here.
Oh, what a tool.
There you go.
Okay, fine.
What are you doing?
All right, fine, if that's how we're playing.
Why have you got...
These are coming back on then.
Why?
Well, if you're going to dress like a dick, I'm going to...
I'm not dressed like a dick.
Get it off.
No, it's my Oasis. This is what I wore to Oasis.
I'll tell you what happened over the summer. Oh, no, first of all, Oasis.
My bucket hat's on. I've got my bucket hat on, with full Adidas tracking.
We're going to talk about your look in a second. But I think it was the best gig I've ever been to. And I don't think nostalgia is quite it, right? I think it's more than that. And people have gone, yeah, it was the nostalgia. Yeah, sure. But I've been to gigs where like maybe there was a bigger show and it was more extravagant. Yeah. Like it's not that, but it was just it was the goodwill. That's what it was. There was a sense of euphoria.
But that's my point.
And goodwill.
Doesn't it remind you of better times in the 90s? Were better,
simpler for sure.
Simpler.
But it was
freer.
The euphoria and goodwill of it. It just felt like everybody just could not believe that they were part of this night. And I rarely experienced something like that, and it was incredible. And the Oasis were fantastic, but also like
Liam's voice. I thought, what if his voice can't do it? Because I remember I went to a boxing gig. It was Joshua versus Dubois. I went with my son, and Liam sang just behind me, and he performed, and everyone complained about his voice. And then he said some comments like, listen, the songs, we change the songs when we sing it live. And I thought, does that mean you can't hit them notes?
Yeah,
and he was absolutely bang on.
Wasn't she?
Absolutely bang on. And like you said, no big show. It was just Bonehead, Liam, Noel. And every song was a classic
Well,
banger.
you almost forget, don't you, as well? Because you know the songs so well, you forget how many of them.
Oh.
It was one after the other, and you're like, oh, this is another banger. Oh, another banger. Like, just unbelievable.
It was amazing. And like, it was just an amazing atmosphere, and it was a gig I was looking for. And I did buy some of the old retro gear.
No, that's fair enough when you're at the Oasis gig.
All right.
Just don't be bringing that shit into this podcast.
Well, it was a bit of fun bringing it out. I wasn't going to wear the bucket hat today.
You say that, but we did a photo shoot a couple of weeks ago, and you turned up in the same club.
Not with the bucket hat.
And I was furious.
Not with the bucket hat. The bucket hat.
When Half the World Away came on, which obviously was the Royal Family theme tune, just like 100 people or whatever who were all around me in the terrace came over, and there's a version of that where it could have been a bit like, ooh, seems a bit much, but the goodwill of it, everybody just wanted to come and sing along and put arms around me and filming and everything. It was amazing. It was just one of the best.
There was one regret for me, and that was I did drink a bit too much.
So you can't remember the gig?
No, there's points where I was singing, it was Champagne Supernova, and I was battered by then. And with my mate, I took my mate who I grew up with from school, Ant, who's my best mate I grew up with, and we said, we're going back to the 90s. We did it. And then I met Michael Fassbender, he was in the box, and Jack O'Connell, and there was the Spice Girls, Emma Bunton was in there, Lee Francis, and it was really good, and everyone's having a drink, so you just get carried away with the excitement of it. And I did end up like I would have done back in the day, where I was a bit like,
learned nothing.
Oh, I've peaked a bit soon here. But I had a great time.
Well, you do that, you see. I've always been able to sort of, really, I'll just keep drinking and just keep, I'll get drunker, but still like, it takes me a long time to get over that hump.
Yeah.
You, when you're gone, you're gone.
Well, I had a couple of shorts.
That's a terrible choice.
I'll order a beer and I'll take this little cheeky short with me and I neck that. And anyway.
Do you know what I'm gutted about? Do you know what I do love is all the Oasis Adidas stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm 100%, particularly the football shirt. And I'd buy it and whatever. Yeah. Got there, went to buy the merch. They're like, all the Adidas Oasis stuff sold out long ago.
Yeah.
I was like, right, can you give us some tips? Because we need to shift some more merch at our tour.
Yeah. Well, I was getting to a point here. Me drinking that extra few bits, I went home, got home, and I realised there was a fart I shouldn't have trusted.
Don't you shit yourself at the Oasis gig?
No, not at the gig. It was.
Of course you did.
No,
of course you did. Oh, not on the gig. On the way home.
This is another thing. I'm going to see if Newman can help me with this.
I was going to say it, so we'll get.
I forgot my Imodium. It was more about. Do you know when I was like, we were getting to near our house, way in the back of the car, and I was a bit too relaxed, and usually I'll give it a little tester.
Yeah.
Just go, I'll let a small bit out just to see.
just
oh, Jesus Christ. It was like someone pulling the plug out of the bath.
Really? Just...
I got in.
Was it one of them? No. One of them, right? You expect, when you're doing it, you're expecting it to go, and it actually goes.
It went... So no. What happened was I got out of the car and I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure about that one." So I got got in the door, and Andy went in, and I sort of run to the downstairs loo in my house, and I got in and pulled the tweeds down, right, and did what I had to do, and I thought I've got away with it. And then when I went to pull them back up, I realised I'd not got away with it. So
I hate to have to be too detailed. But
no, you can't.
What do you mean you hadn't got away with it? Where was it? Okay. I'll give you a I'll give you a series of options to grade the severity.
Go on then.
Right.
What?
Inside cheeks, down the back of the legs.
Oh.
In pants, or all of the above.
It was a bit of above that.
It was a bit of all of the above.
No, not all the above.
My God.
It hadn't hit the legs.
That's the one.
But somehow it was a bit up my back. I don't know how.
Do you remember when we were
in
the middle of filming?
I had to take me. Listen, do you know what the problem was? I thought, right, so everything's off. I walked past the room because we've got a little back way past the lounge, but there's glass doors. And Michelle went, "Have you shit yourself?" Because I went past with my jeans in my arms, going to hide them in the wash.
That's a woman who knows her husband. And do you remember?
My daughter was in there. She went, "Dad, you have?" I was saying, "No.
I just wanted to get him off.
It was a little trump. It was a little small one." She went, "Have you sharted?" That's what they said. So yeah. I have memories of the Oasis gig, and that one is the last one.
Do you remember last series when I had norovirus and you were asking me, and I couldn't come in and record, and I had one of the worst 24 hours of my life, and I woke up, and it's not like I woke up and couldn't get to the toilet in time. I woke up in my sleep. The act of shitting myself in bed, shitting my bed, woke me up.
Wow.
It was a tough 24 hours. And you went, "How bad was it?" And I went, "You've seen Iron Man." It was like that. I was fucking hitting the ceiling. Oh, it was a bad...
season 6.
And we're back. So that's balls,
still talking
shitting
shit.
yourself, eating floppy dicks. Yeah, nothing changes.
But you did mention before, we have been shooting our new series, Will and Ralf Should Know Better, Season 2, which is out in September, end of September. And we obviously can't talk too much about it, but we think we've pushed ourselves a bit further.
Yeah, for sure.
We've definitely travelled further, went up and down the country, and we've done things that really frighten us.
Some life experiences. But
things we'll never forget.
As we record episodes of this, certain episodes of that are going to have gone out, so then we'll be able to.
Of course,
talk about it.
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you what I did do as well this summer. I went to see Stevie Wonder, and that is arguably because...
Did he recognise you?
No, not a fan. I get it, Ralph, I get it. Do you hear all them people that were saying, there was this thing going around, it's like the flat earth people, saying Stevie Wonder's been lying, like he's not blind.
Really?
There was a big thing going around when he was on tour going, he's lying, he's not blind, he's lying.
Honestly.
It's like that is the longest lie you get. When he's 8 or 9, when he lost his sight, he went, do you know what would be good? This will pay off in 50 years' time.
Mind you, that reminds me.
Wait.
Bless you. That reminds me.
What?
Bless you. That reminds me.
Sorry.
Take 3. That reminds me, I did read an article, true story, only that fairly recently, about a man whose wife is filing for divorce. I think they're like 70. And she's filing for divorce because he's been pretending to be deaf for the last 40 years.
I love it.
So he doesn't have to listen to him.
That is literally throwing a deafen and just gone, I'm sticking with it. He must have tried it one day. I've gone deaf in this ear, love. Then this ear's gone as well.
Well, or maybe I'd like to think that like he sort of temporarily lost his hearing for a couple of days and he was like, this is fantastic.
This is magic.
I'm just going to run with this forever. And this sort of slightly oblique, and I tell you what we don't do on this. We're not like, oh, bloody, the problem with women is this. Like, it's all like fun or whatever. So bear that in mind. I literally, on the way here, saw an Instagram video. It just reminded me about this guy being deaf, and it reminded me of like that stereotype, like nagging wife type thing, right? This Instagram video, and it was a guy talking to ChatGPT or an AI. I'm not sure which AI it was. The AI is on the screen. It's just sort of like this rippling effect, right? And he's talking to it, and he goes, "Hey, honey, what I want from you, I want you to count to 1 million starting now." And the AI goes, "That would be a little bit of a marathon, but I appreciate the joke." And he goes, "No, I want you to start counting to 1 million starting now, please." And she's like, "Ha ha ha, I won't. That'll take a long time, but I always appreciate the funny requests." And he goes, "Okay, I have a question. If you had a male voice and I asked you, would you still be yapping away or would you be counting to 1 million by now?" And she's like, "That's really funny, but I'm still the same me even if you change my voice." And he goes, "We'll see about that." Change the voice. He goes, "I want you to count to 1 million." It went, "Absolutely. 1, 2, 3.
Really?
100%.
Oh, my
100%.
Wow.
I was like, I have to send that to Will so he can play it to Michelle.
Wow.
I just want to throw a hand grenade into your relationship and see how that goes.
Wow. That's fascinating, isn't it?
I mean, look, I don't know what. Clearly, something. Maybe it was his third request. Something's gone on with the ad. Of course, it can't be that it's a male voice, a female voice. Yeah. But it just made me laugh with that thing about the guy being deaf.
Well, what was saying was
these people who believe Steve, like people who believe.
But this is what's so
it's like
stupid
conspiracy
now.
theorists. It's like flat Earth. Stevie Wonder's blind. We didn't go to the moon. It's just fucking idiots.
Right. The last one, I'm agreeing with them.
I'm sorry.
Leave it. We're not getting into it now. We've been through it. You don't agree. I think one thing. You think the other.
So you're a conspiracy theorist.
No, not in everything. But listen, what I was saying about Stevie Wonder was it was one of the best gigs I've been to. I mean, Oasis was amazing for different reasons: nostalgic, freedom, goodwill, amazing.
Redemption was part of the story. Liam and Noel, the redemption
getting back
of
together.
That, and just everybody just.
It
felt
was
like
just massive, a massive, memorable moment. But Stevie Wonder with my wife, who is just one of my favourite artists of all time, was so good and powerful. And he did 2.5 hours to 40,000 people in Hyde Park. It was just amazing and great to be there. And yeah, one of the moments where you just think, I might never see him again. Unbelievable.
Do you have your arm around Michelle? Going,
yeah, we did the whole thing
lovely?
together. Yeah, and sober, which is better, I found, because you remember more of it. I've got to go and see Oasis again so I can really enjoy it. I was too in it. I was too involved in all it. I want to see it again. I want to go again.
Oh, all right. Well, let me know if you get tickets.
I will do. Well, I'll let you know if I've been.
Might be. Yeah, exactly. Tell me all about it.
But it's been a great summer, and yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's a recap. Let's crack on. Right. Well, it's got busy. We have a guest.
We don't have many guests.
When was the last time we had a guest? It was a long time ago.
Yeah, we had Paddy and Lee Francis and
but
Jason Manford.
It was COVID and they didn't mind coming in.
Darrell O'Brien, we did that in a pub.
Well, we have a guest. It's Dr. Is it Dave or David?
I usually say Dave.
And do we refer to you as Dr. Dave or can we just say Dave?
I'll let you call me just Dave.
I like Dr. Dave.
You want to say Dr. Dave?
Yeah, it's like you see
Yeah.
your teacher. You see your teacher down the street. He's still Sir. Oh, Mr. Hanson. You can never call him John.
Oh, it'd be awful. Just like Fraser. We had a teacher called Fraser. No one's calling him Fraser.
Well, we're keeping it Dr. Dave.
Anyway, Dr. Dave, welcome.
Welcome, Dr. Dave.
Yeah.
Dr. Dave, you're here to talk about, we talked before about our sponsor, Newman.com.
Newman, yes.
Which we're very, very happy to be. We legit are happy to be, associated with, because it's relevant to us and men's health and the fact that we're getting older and want to be able to look after ourselves and get a grip on our health. So
I've seen the commercials, I've seen the adverts, and I have looked it up because I was thinking, mate, this could be me. These could help me.
Could.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But I'm 49 now. So I'd like to know from you personally.
Yeah, what sort of stuff are we talking about?
Yeah,
Newman
well,
do.
I mean, men, we're shit, aren't we? We're shit at,
Yes.
taking our health seriously, and we get to our age and we still have this delusional belief that we are invincible. Nothing's going to go wrong with us. We can still do whatever we want.
You said, Ralf said to me before, but I just don't think I'll ever die.
And then, that's the thing. And
It's
then the
honestly,
years just creep up on
Yeah.
you. And, I don't want to encourage sort of health anxiety. I don't want people to be thinking, oh God, what's this, what's that? But we're getting into, I think I'm a similar age to you. I'm 48. You just need to start taking things a little bit seriously. And I think a blood test at our age is a good idea to look for a few things.
Well, I'll talk about this properly later, but I have seen, I think a lot of the time you get pushed things on social media, like you say about you don't want to promote health anxiety. And I think social media tries to push health anxiety on us so that we spend money on stuff. And funnily enough, like testosterone levels and tests and stuff have been quite a big thing that I've been like, well, maybe I should get that done. And then we realized we were working together. But I feel like Newman.com is like, it's more of it's not trying to like push, do this, do that. It's like, look, let's just take a kind of like holistic overview of like, get some tests and sort of see where things can be looked after a little more.
Yeah, 100%. So it's never about just a single number pulled out of a lab result as if that's the only thing that's important. It's about looking at your overall health, how you feel, and it's also about looking at test results and trying to put those two things together and say, right, are there some things that can be done here to just live the best life that you can live?
We're talking about tests and sort of general health, whatever. What sort of things does Newman.com provide?
So Newman's looking at many things. It looks at men's health. Men's health's a big part of the business, but we're also involved in weight loss. Mm-hmm. We are setting up a women's health team and getting going with that. And we look at blood tests. We also look at erectile dysfunction, hair loss.
Good for you stuff.
And
hair loss. This is made for you, this. Erectile dysfunction.
Why do you think we've got this sponsor?
Hair loss. Oh, what test do you have for balls that swing against your ankles? Do you have anything for
Can you do anything about massive balls?
Yeah, because that's it. What do you want to bollicoctomy? Do you do bollicoctomy?
Surely there's something you can do with the amount of skin around my knackers.
I know a good vet.
Do you know someone who makes sails for ships?
I've got so much elbow skin left over.
Right, okay. So yeah, we're talking like ED, hair loss, testosterone. And how does it work? It's just a simple blood test? And does one simple blood test cover all of this stuff?
We're trying to make things as simple as possible for people, which is why we have brilliant people like Dana come in and actually doing a blood test at your home, maybe even at your workplace, because that's the other way men are rubbish, right? Is we don't want to go and sort of sit in a doctor's waiting room.
We don't go to the doctors. We go, it'll go, we'll leave it, we ignore things.
You're saying the process is, I didn't know this, so it's not like you get sent a kit and you have to deal with it, like somebody will come to your home or workplace or somewhere that's convenient and they'll do the test for you.
Yeah, they're going to do exactly what we're going to do for you guys today.
So the nurse is going to come in and do a blood test for me and Ralf, and then obviously we're going to find out what the results are.
That's right.
But should we?
Let's get her in. Let's get her in. Bring in, what was she called? Nurse Dana.
Dana the phlebotomist.
Dana.
Oh, not a nurse.
Dana's not a nurse.
No.
What are you?
I'm a phlebotomist.
Isn't that when you take someone's brain out?
Nice to meet you, Dana. Yeah, I think that procedure has been done on you, but I don't think that's what it is.
Phlebotomist? Isn't that phlebotomy your brain?
Phlebotomy?
Oh, is it lobotomy?
You're thinking lobotomy.
Oh, right.
No, phlebotomy.
Leave my brain alone. What I've got in here is all I need.
Is that okay if I rest this on your lap?
Yeah, there you go.
It's a nice straight arm for us, please.
Right. I can't believe I'm having a blood test. This is a bit frightening.
No.
When was the last time you had a blood test?
Are you okay with them?
Well, yeah, I am.
Just a firm fist.
Oh, sorry.
hold it, yeah.
Okay, I am.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry, you missed that one.
I know. Leave it. I've had enough. Right. I peaked.
I'll show you my vein, love. Firm fist. I'm amazed you let it go.
It's nice and straight for us.
Right, listen, don't be all under pressure here. Now take your time. This is my arm you're dealing with.
I'll be gentle.
Okay.
Right,
So
go on.
yeah,
So
I
are
had
you
a
okay
blood
with
test not long ago. Yeah, the older I've got, the better I've got. It's like anything in life. The more times you do it, the less you're worried about it, innit? You know what I mean? But now I'm a bit worried.
Have you ever got a bit faint or anything off
Deep breath
when
in.
you're doing this?
Relax your
Oh,
hand now.
oh! I felt like in my feet. My feet went tingly. That's not good. Did you find a vein?
Yeah.
Thank Christ for that. I'm digging around for more shit in there. It's like looking for gold.
I once had an endoscopy when I was about 15.
Oh, my hand's gone all funny.
Bliss, yeah.
I had an endoscopy when I was about 15.
Yeah.
Entirely my own fault because my diet was so bad.
You had a what?
An endoscopy, so camera down into the stomach to check for like something seriously wrong, ulcer or cancer or something like that. Just turned out that I hadn't had enough fibre. But it was like 5 days and it's terrible stomach cramps. But the worst thing about it, so in those days, you got full general anesthesia. Apparently don't do it anymore. It's just like local.
Throat
It's like
spray,
get it down.
yeah.
Thank you.
The worst bit was the throat spray before I was put
Thank
to
you. That
sleep.
was great.
And the worst bit was to try and put me to sleep. They had 8 goes. I was like, oh, please find a vein. Jesus Christ, I'm 15 years old. Stop stabbing me.
Well, do you know what? When you're saying that, you had a camera down your throat.
Yeah.
You know, there was some guy, I don't know if it was a friend of mine, he had a problem with his urethra, you know, in your willy.
Yeah.
He had to have a camera shoved up his penis. I'd be happy down the throat. If the option was, I'd be going, stick it down my throat.
Can you not do this down the throat?
I don't need a camera crew crawling up my dick at any point.
So you've mentioned it to the next director you work with. So, Dr. Dave, what are we testing for?
So I've just done a
here?
blood test there.
So she has taken bloods for
Yeah.
You happy to do it
testosterone.
here?
Yeah,
She's also checking your
this.
cholesterol, your blood sugar level,
right.
your kidney, your liver, and your general blood count. And it's really important. 'cause
Hang on. You didn't tell me you were going to be mentioning liver and kidney. Don't that get affected by drinking alcohol?
your liver can be a bit.
You should have said that. I wouldn't have had that beer last night. I'd have left it.
How many did you have?
2.
You should be all right after 2.
And a whiskey.
But it's important because a lot of the guys who are coming to see us are thinking about testosterone because they're struggling with erections. But having problems with erections can actually be an indicator of other problems with your health, which is why at Newman we're not just saying, right, what's your testosterone? Oh, it's low or it's normal, we'll leave you alone. We're saying, oh, hold on a minute, you might have testosterone levels that are all right, but if you've got high sugar levels and you've got potentially diabetes, that could be potentially the reason why you're struggling with your
So this is
erections.
really good to get just as a health check in general. You know what I mean? Just to go, listen, rather than stress and worry, because I've done it before where I've gone, I've got this, I don't feel right. I won't go to doctors, it'll pass, you know. And men in general do that a lot, you know, and they don't talk about it. They're never going to go down the pub or wherever you meet your friends and go, by the way, have you ever felt a bit funny? Have you ever struggled in the bedroom? It's not a conversation men have, but I know they think about it. So it's better than be safe than sorry. Get a blood test done. It's simple.
We're essentially looking at a sort of suite of different metrics, aren't we? We're
Yeah.
not just. I mean, I know that specifically we've talked about testosterone,
Yeah.
and I believe testosterone, and I also know that we're like, oh, so thank you. It's sexual performance, health, ED, whatever. But testosterone, from what I understand, also has massive ramifications for sleep and mental well-being and all that
It's
sort of
such an important hormone. It's such an important hormone. So we have testosterone receptors all over our body. And I think testosterone's got a terrible rep. I sort of think if you kind of think about testosterone, you're sort of thinking about negative things. You're thinking about sort of Incredible Hulk.
Thanks,
and
Dana.
Thank you,
Sorry.
thank you.
Bye, Dana.
Both our
Sorry.
bloods have been taken.
Bouncers beating you up because you want
Yeah,
to
it has that kind of connotation, doesn't it? With, oh, you're too much testosterone.
Well, so if you think about estrogen, it's a lovely hormone, right? For women, it's sort of virility and vitality, and testosterone is just like men who are just
Yeah, that's what I thought
fighting.
testosterone was. Like big
and
balls, strong.
And we need to change that because testosterone is just a really important hormone for men. It's actually an important hormone for women as well, but that's a
Really?
whole other story. But it's an important hormone for men. And low testosterone, yes, it can cause problems with erections. yes, it can cause problems with reduced libido, but also can make you just feel tired, kind of lose your drive, no motivation, low concentration, depression. And I see guys who come in who've been put on antidepressants, and we've missed the fact that actually it's been low testosterone all along.
And what if you have got low testosterone or anything else, all of the above, is there something that can be provided to help with that?
Yeah, there are treatments.
Testosterone, I would guess.
Yes, I know, but it's like pill form, injections. You know, what is it you do?
So there's a mixture of options, and that's the sort of thing that our great doctors at Newman can sort of discuss with you, because there are different options. And yeah, it's not just stuff that we do. So it's also stuff you do for yourself. Right. So whenever I see guys with low testosterone, I say, right, we're going to start some treatment potentially, but here are the things you need to do. You need to get out there and you need to start really looking after yourself lifestyle wise. Okay. It's kind of the stuff we all know, right? But it's exercise, it's diet, it's alcohol, it's stress.
Yeah, there's any number of ways you can dress up. You should eat more green vegetables, but ultimately that's definitely.
But I see guys who really look after their health, you know, guys who are triathlon runners who don't drink, and sometimes they still just unlucky, they have low testosterone. Sometimes there are things that people can do to sort of modify their own lifestyle to get their testosterone to a better level.
Okay.
Well, we've had our tests.
Yeah.
Our testosterone test.
How long do we take for these results to come back?
So the results should be back in 3 to 5 days.
And you'll be testing for all of the above you mentioned?
Yeah, so when I see you next, we'll go through them, have a chat and see where we are.
Well, Should I be frightened? Not going to be worried about anything popping up?
Well,
mind you.
Hopefully,
maybe I want it to pop up.
Hopefully that might sort it. We actually have an offer for all 2 Pints podcast listeners, because you can get 60% off a testosterone blood test. If you head to newman.com/2 pints, and Newman is spelled Numan, newman.com/2 pints. You can get 60% off a testosterone blood test to check your levels. Just use the code 2pints60 for your discount. That's spelled out TWOPINTS and then the number 60 for your discount.
Thank you to you both for coming in.
We'll talk to you in results on episode 3.
Episode 3, we'll get our results and we'll see how we get on, and we'll find out how we're doing.
I'm quite excited about it. But do you know there's going to be a massive twist where it's like, turns out that like I've got minus testosterone.
I've always thought that I've got loads of testosterone just because of my personality. I'm on the front foot all the time. I'm sort of lively person.
No,
I don't know
if testosterone. That's being a dick. You've mistaken being a dick with.
Do you do a blood test for that?
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Testosterone level, being a dick level, 270%.
That's just a questionnaire.
Yeah. And I've always thought, the bigger the balls, the more testosterone. You've seen a bull.
No, but you're talking about bigger, not longer.
Well,
that's where you've misunderstood.
I think I win in both areas.
Thanks for coming in. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, mate. Bringing a bit of brains to this podcast and a bit of knowledge. And and it's good that anybody listening to this, please get involved.
It's nice to promote something where people are encouraged to look after them.
We can help people here, man. And you're getting 60% off. It's a bargain for you. Well, we'll find out the results in episode 3.
Yeah. Well, thanks to Dr. David and Nurse Dana, we're going to get the results, what did they say, 3 to 5 days' time, and then we'll talk about them in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'm interested, though.
Yeah, I'm interested to talk to the doctor about what they're testing for, what results can come back, and, what they're going to find out.
I got to tell you.
What?
I mean, this has landed in my lap really nicely, this whole thing with Newman. Well, I think it was this morning, or was it last night? There's a lot of stuff going on social media now about going... You know how social media is full of like health experts, supposed health experts saying, do this, do that, do that. Well, one of the things that's going around a lot is this thing about, is your testosterone low? It could affect this. So I just love the fact that it's really
it's nice to know what to believe. You can't believe. That's one thing about having a mobile phone now. The amount of stuff you get sent about this alien spaceship apparently is going to be here in next week or 6 years, and then you get other stuff that's just fed of this is fact. This is from NASA. You don't know what to believe anymore.
No context.
Even them AI stuff. People who you recognise saying stuff, and you go, "Oh, that's not real." So how do you know what to believe and what not to believe anymore?
Do you ever think, it crosses my mind this a lot. Now, look, I don't think I'm like famous enough for this to be a problem. So it's okay. But if you were Taylor Swift or The Rock or, somebody massive, David Beckham, Robbie Williams, someone like that, I would be thinking, it can't be long before an AI video of me, a deep fake video of me, turns up doing something I don't want it to be.
Well,
doing.
it's happened, hasn't it? What's he called? The guy who gives all the financial advice? I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, Martin Lewis.
There was a deep fake of him saying, invest in this is brilliant for you, and it was a scam. And he was like, he had to cover it by going, that's not me. And you couldn't tell the difference. That is what's frightening. And that's what I'm saying about social media.
A couple of doctors that I follow on social media, because like I've got enough understanding and basis and scientific background knowledge, and my brother's a doctor or whatever. There's a couple of doctors that I follow, and a lot of what they do is debunk nonsense online. So they've built up a following, and they can be trusted, and they cite studies and they show data and whatever. So these doctors, they're reputable and they can be trusted. They've been deep faked.
Yeah.
Now, forget Taylor Swift and this. These doctors have been deepfaked by like supplement scam companies going, do you know what? This is the problem. And they've, like an interview they've done talking about X, they've been deepfaked in the same thing, but the audio has been with their voices going, what you really need is this supplement.
That's what I think the danger is for social media, is it's in your hand all the time, and you're fed this information. And if you are that kind of person that's susceptible, especially to all these now supplements, the amount of supplements, this will make you sleep better. This will make you have your brain function will be better. This will make you live longer. And if you're that kind of person, you're just taking all sorts every day without the knowledge of what they actually do to you.
This will make you not shit yourself.
That's what I've got. I've got loads of that. Called Imodium.
No, not enough. You keep forgetting it.
There's going back to what we were talking about, Oasis. There's a massive nostalgia thing now, isn't there? I mean, loads of people. I mean, we're quite glad the skinny jeans has gone. I mean, I am. Are you wearing them today?
These are pretty. I
mean,
they weren't meant to be skinny.
That's because you haven't got any baggies left.
That's because I haven't got any baggies left, and my arse has got big.
I just don't think middle-aged men look good in skinny jeans. I just think.
Well, I these days I go for. To be honest, these are a couple of years old, and I need to buy some new jeans. These are a little on the tighter side than I would prefer. But I'm very much these days just to like keep it simple, straight leg. Because honestly, now I look around and. This is almost boring because I remember my parents saying it about like flares and stuff, and I've become my parents. Yeah, it's like when you go, music's not the same as it used to be. It's like that's what my parents said.
It's true.
Yeah, I know, right? But like, I see kids like cool like 21-year-olds walking around today, and I'm like. Yeah. I only threw that shit away 3 years ago because it was gathering dust in my daughter
in baggies and tights, just like the bands back
All
in the
Saints.
day, All Saints. My daughter just looks like All Saints.
But here's the thing,
or TLC.
It wouldn't be 2 years ago that I'd be looking at photos from me in the like late 90s to mid noughties and going, fucking hell, we look
at the state of me, like a right pair of dicks.
We look like dicks.
In me a Lessie jumper.
I know, and now it's back.
Now it's all the rage.
It's the maddest thing. I can't go back to baggies though, mate. I'm just going for just a straight.
I wanted to ask you a question, right? And this is about nostalgia. If you could pick an era to go back to, what era would you go back to?
Well, you couldn't pay me enough money to be a teenager again.
What?
Right.
What's that, 90s?
90s.
You didn't like that? I love the 90s.
Well, I'm not saying I don't love the 90s, but I was a teenager in the 90s. Right. If I could go back to the 90s now and live the 90s as me now, I think the 90s... I think there was a lot going on about the 90s that was very hopeful, like politically, culturally, especially being in and around Manchester, the culture, the music scene, the art scene, football, the dominant force of football, all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So I do think the 90s was I think
stars were bigger stars because you didn't have the access to them.
They had mystique.
Yeah. If you saw someone, it was amazing because you wouldn't see him. You wouldn't see him on your phones. You didn't have mobile phones. Yeah. You would only see him if it was either on television or if you went to see him in a concert or football match. Everything was. It was more mysterious. Yeah. And now everyone's a bit accessible. Yeah. And I don't think that's a great thing.
You're fucking posting 4 times a day on Instagram. What are you talking about?
Well, I've got to get involved.
Yes, people. Every time honestly, my Instagram pipes your shite to me.
Well,
and I'm like,
listen, if you're in, you've got to be involved.
But what I don't understand, I want to who does the algorithm? Because I want to say to the algorithm, I've not watched one of these once. Every time I see you go, yes, people, while you're walking down the street
I don't
outside your
do
house,
that a lot.
I scroll immediately past it. I'm like, what part of the Instagram? The algorithm thinks I want to watch this
No,
shit.
I have a bit of fun, a bit of banter. I just think it's an entertainment platform. So you can,
Entertainment. It's the most boring content I've
is
ever
bollocks.
This is you. Right, this is you.
No, it's not.
This is Will Mellor on this.
No, it's not. No, you're judging me on one video.
I'm judging you
No,
on everything.
it's a
Where's
part.
my phone? Oh, it's under me.
It's a part of some things I do. The last thing I posted was a bit of fun.
Right.
Did you see it? Did you see my last thing I
No,
posted?
Oh,
The Bradley Walsh thing, the chase.
Bradley Walsh thing, and then you did your gas face after the gas face at the end where you went.
Yeah, this is what it was. I saw it it was the Beat the Chasers, and I couldn't believe it, right? I nearly choked on my cup of tea. I was watching it, and it said, right, this famous painting is a painting of an old woman doing what? A, cooking eggs. B, shelling peas. C, flicking beans.
I know.
Right? I went, what the So I had to do a video.
I know. You did the video and you did your gas face at the end, right? You went, and it went flicking beans, and you went. I was like, I've seen that in 2 pints many a time.
Yeah, it's the same face for a few things, that.
They do that sometimes on the chase. So they're like, you know, who's
Fanny
this
Schmeller, that one.
Yeah, I was going to
The
say,
famous-
who's this famous? What's an ingredient famously used in making, I don't know, French bread? And it'll be like Emily Dough, Jane Flour, or Fanny Batter. Like, do you know what I mean? Why?
You can see Bradley Walsh dying. They must put it in to wind him up. They must put it in to wind him up.
100%, yeah. This is you. Hold on. This is you on Instagram.
Piss off. Don't do an impression of me.
This is you. This is you. These are your videos. This is why I scroll past everyone on.
It's not.
Yes, people. Hope you're all doing all right. So I'm just walking outside my house. Right. No, here's the thing, right? I've been thinking today. It's really important, isn't it, to make the most out of life. So don't wait. Don't wait. If there's something you've always wanted to do it today. Oh, inspiring. Let me spin this out for a minute so that hopefully you watch it for a minute.
Just under 60 seconds.
Just under 60 seconds. Let me waffle on this shite for just under 60 seconds and say basically the same thing. But okay, I'll do that.
Hey,
right?
that
And
proves
then-
to me you've watched it.
yeah, but I watched one.
Day one.
I scrolled through the rest.
It's
and
called-
then I said to you,
What?
when we were doing our show, you went, I've always wanted to do this, but I've never managed to do it. I was like, I have to watch videos of you every day. Preaching to everyone else about get out and do it.
We
and
are
then I ask
doing
you,
it.
and then I ask you if you've ever done it, and you're like, nah, I can't be asked.
No, it's bollocks. We're doing our own show where we're doing stuff. Will and Ralf should know better.
You're not supposed to do it for a TV show. You're supposed to get yourself.
Well,
up
if
and
you're going to
going.
do it, you might as well get paid. And also,
Well, fair enough.
day one or one day. That was a phrase.
Ah,
I robbed that off The Rock. Dwayne Johnson. It's
know
either day one or one day.
Yeah, I'll
No,
do
don't
it
leave it one day,
this is
or
day
today's
one.
the day one.
Yeah, I got it, and I did watch the video, and that's why I refuse to watch any more
Alright,
videos
well, don't watch
because it
them.
made a little bit of sick come up in my mouth.
Listen, going back to my original question.
Yes, go on. Sorry.
You said you go back to the 90s.
Yeah, but well, I don't.
Nostalgia?
I'd be interested to see all sorts of things. It'd be nice. It'd be interesting to see America in the 50s because we've seen so much about it. Onto
I'd like to go back to the 60s.
I was going to say the 60s.
Just because it sounds like that's where everyone went, fuck this.
Yeah,
Let's just
yeah.
have a laugh.
Yeah, the
Let's just go
explosion
and
of culture
party.
and fashion and-
All the women's skirts got shorter. Everyone started going out partying. Everyone calls it the 60s was the time where it all changed and went, everyone just got a bit freer. And
Also-
imagine that moment.
Let's be fair, and we should acknowledge this. Louis C.K. had a joke before it all went wrong for him. Louis C.K. had a joke, and it's a very, very clever observation. He was like, my life is tough because of this, and it's easy because of this. And when he was saying it's easier, he was like, I'm white. And he said, if that sounds like a strange thing to say, think about this. If I got a time machine, I could go back to any decade. So it's easy for us to go, it'd be nice to go back to the 50s because we're straight and white. But his joke is, he's like, I could go back to 1930s America and I walk out the time machine and they'd be like, oh, hello, sir. Welcome. We have a table for you in the back.
Yeah, so true.
But these are the things that this is kind of what white privilege is. We don't have to think about that. We can go, I go back to X decade and it's never an issue.
That's so true. Wow.
It's an interesting thought, isn't it?
It is a really interesting. I actually said it to my wife last night, and this is just because we're on subject. I wouldn't have brought it up usually, because England were playing Serbia, And before the game, there was a worry that there was going to be a lot of racism to the players. And Harry Kane said in his press conference, if I hear one bit of it, I'm walking my whole team off. Mm-hmm. And I told my wife that, and she was like, well, obviously I won't be going to Serbia then. And I said, isn't that weird? That I can go to anywhere in the world
and not even think about it.
And you can't.
Yeah.
You'll be some places you'll be completely...
And not have to consider it.
Isn't that... And you know, every now and then I forget. And that is when people call what white privilege is. That's exactly what white privilege is. And because it's Michelle, my wife...
The privilege of not having to think about it. Yeah, exactly.
And I think, shit, she still has to think about that. When we go somewhere, will I be accepted there? Especially certain parts of America and different parts of the world, around the world.
I've always remembered this. I once asked you a question, I think, in our first season of our podcast. Or maybe second. And I hope you don't... This is quite... I don't mean to get too serious suddenly, but since we're on the subject... I hope you don't mind me saying, but I think in the time we've done the podcast, first of all, we've got to know each other way better than we had in the preceding nearly 20 years. But I think, and I mean this as a compliment, I hope it's fair to you and you don't mind it, that in the time we've done this, you as a person, possibly because you've just got that bit older as well, and like your kids have growing up, whatever, but you've become, we both have, but you've become... just more thoughtful about certain things
100%.
In a way that you weren't necessarily when we
100%.
started, right? And it puts me, the biggest example I've got is it puts me in mind of, I asked you in series 1, maybe 2, and I said, we were talking about white privilege. It was not long after Black Lives Matter had happened. And I said, your kids are mixed race. You don't have to think about it as your lived experience, but do you ever, as a father of mixed race children, do you ever have any worries about what they might have to just deal with in the way that we've been talking about? And you at the time sort of said, and I think maybe you didn't want to get into it because it was our first series or whatever, but you sort of said, well, no, they've had a nice upbringing and we live in a nice area.
And
blah,
we brought
blah,
them
blah.
up to believe.
Yeah. But
the stronger
basically
they are.
what you just said about Michelle in Serbia, as a father, which I'm not, is that something that every now and again crosses your mind where you go, hey, my kids are going to have to deal with things I've never had to deal with?
Now, the sad thing is, I have to think about it in this country.
Yeah.
That's a sad reality. Yeah. I said it on my social media quite a while back when there was all that rioting going on, and my daughter said, Dad, am I right? I can't go out. Will they be that with me? Because I'm not white. For my daughter to come and say
I bet that.
It killed me.
That
it killed me. And I thought, these people don't know who they're affecting. They think they're going at one demographic, but no, you're not. You're covering a whole demographic here of young people who are seeing this going, am I safe? To be in your own country and not safe,
in the world.
And you've done nothing wrong, but because you look a certain way and you might fit a certain demographic, people might be against you or be negative towards you. My daughter was 16
and literally
at the
all
time,
you've done is just exist
15.
in the world,
that should never happen. And so my eyes have been opened, sadly. It's sad, but it's true.
We're going to wrap it up now, but that was sort of quite a nice and serious note. But should we end on a lighter note? Is there anything you can tell me about shitting yourself or your balls or anything like that?
No, I think I've covered that in this pod, actually. I think we covered most of my ailments.
I think your balls covered too much.
Do you know, I'm interested to find out, though, about what you mentioned to me, that there's a possibility that I could get my balls sorted.
Scrotox.
It's not called Scrotox.
It's called Scrotox.
It is not.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You've made that up, surely. And does it just get the wrinkles out your balls?
Right.
Because I think I've got too much skin.
We can't sign. You could make a coat out of it.
Yeah, you could make one of them swimming hats.
You wouldn't even need to do any sewing, just chop it off. Donk. Scrotox is a cosmetic procedure that involves injecting Botox into the scrotum to reduce wrinkles, decrease sweating, and create a smoother appearance. It's often sought for aesthetic reasons and can also provide relief from discomfort in the area if they keep banging against your ankles. Okay, I added the last.
That was me, you know. I don't think you could have. I don't think you could have enough injections to ever want me to show my balls. Do you not go, hey, I love...
Just a tube the size of a rocket like that.
No, I'm talking about aesthetically. Everyone, you see all these women, why do I always get sent these dick pics off men and all that? No one's really coming forward with the ball pics. No one's going, what have you seen these, poppers?
We must have talked about this. I know we're running
we'll
out
have
of time.
We'll run out of time.
We're running out of time, but we must... All right, next episode... I'd like to start with, remind me about dick pics and like sex pics and sexting and stuff. I want to talk to you about.
Okay. That's deep and meaningful. We're going into episode 2 with.
It's not
dick pics and ball pics.
We'll start on a light note, shall we? Right. Okay. Well, listen. Thank you so much to Newman. Don't forget to check out
thank
the
you so
offer.
much, Newman, for getting involved with us.
Don't forget to check out the offer. You can head to Newman.com. That's spelled Numan. Newman.com/2 pints for 60% off a testosterone blood test to check your levels. You just go, like I say, you go Newman.com/2 pints and use the code 2pints60 for your discount. That's 2 pints all spelled out. TWOPINTS and then the number 60. All one word. Get your 60% discount on your testosterone blood test. Plus, we're on tour in November.
Not long now.
Tour. Yeah, not long. We should probably think about what to actually do. But we'll talk about the tour. How we're going to top the last one is the difficult bit.
Yeah.
You can get all the details at 2pintspodcast.co.uk. We are going to Birmingham, York, Colchester, Liverpool, Wolverhampton, Stockton, Glasgow, Bath, Manchester, Reading, London, Halifax, Sheffield, Nottingham, Stoke and
Llandudno.
Thank you very much, Will.
Yes.
There's a few tickets remaining, but we have sold out some venues.
Yeah, get involved now. How do they get tickets?
You get tickets at 2pintspodcast.co.uk.
Come out, have a good bit, have a good night out with us.
Obviously, we want to sell out. It's a difficult one because we don't want to sound like we're begging.
No, but we've gone bigger.
But we've gone bigger
theatres.
and there are a few places that have sold out. So please don't miss us. We'd love to see you. We'd also love to hear from you on this podcast. So any questions or topics we can chat about, just random stuff, anything you want to talk to us about.
Any help? If you've got any problems.
You can either email 2pintswithwillandralph@gmail.com, but that 2 is a number 2. It's the digit 2. pintswithwillandralph at gmail.com. Obviously spell my name with an F, otherwise it won't come through. And actually, you can follow us on socials, and we're putting out on our socials and mine and Will's going, any questions you've got for the podcast. We actually got a load for this episode, but we've run out of time, so we'll do those next episode.
Well, we can do them as like a swift half.
We'll do them in a swift half. That's
there
a
you
great
go.
shout. Finally, you can watch this full episode on YouTube. It drops on a Monday along with the podcast. You've got What Will William Tell is a midweek pick-me-up, which is available on Wednesdays, and you can get ready for the weekend with Friday's Swift Half, in which we'll be
answering all your questions. Any stories, any questions, just send them in to us.
Fantastic.
Thanks for joining us, people. We're back.
We're back.
Yes, people.